Hey, this is Michael with XForcePC. I want to talk to you a minute about cheap computers. Had a customer that contacted me to transfer some of their data. This is a business customer. As you know, we mostly deal in gaming PCs. Anyway, her boss had picked up a computer, I guess on a deal of some sort, and because her current computer was slow, and hey, that's the reason we replace our computers most of the time, right? Because our current computer has gotten slow. Well, her question to me before I transferred the data, she's like, why is this thing so slow? And I had to tell her, I'm like, look, the computer was slow coming out of the box. It was purchased as a slow computer. And the unfortunate thing is, she had a brand new computer. It was really no faster than the one she was wanting to replace that was too slow. And so let's talk about why. First of all, this is an HP 110-210. Currently sells on Amazon for $289. So if you have $289 budgeted for a desktop, that's not enough because you're going to get what you paid for. And let's talk about what you get for $289. First of all, we'll spin this thing around. And the first odd thing you'll notice is, where's the power supply? This is normally where the power supply goes. Where is it? Well, this thing is so pathetically underpowered. It uses a laptop power supply. Yes, there's your first clue that the computer is underpowered. It uses a laptop power supply. So the power supply is external. The fact that it's external isn't necessarily that big a deal. In fact, that could make it easier to replace a power supply if one were to go bad, but you'd have to order it. No, I'm not going to have something like that in stock. But it tells you a little bit of a clue about what's inside this thing. So let's take a look inside. Here's another clue that maybe you made a mistake. Look at the size of this motherboard. All this is just empty space up here. That motherboard is about 7 inches by 7 inches maybe. I mean, look how tiny it is. And the tiniest little heat sink and a little fan that, I mean, you'd find it maybe in a laptop, or I've seen them in like security DVRs. So what this is an AMD A4 processor, and this board, I can buy this board with a processor and build a machine with it. I could do this, and I could buy it for about 50 bucks. Motherboard and processor, $50. So be very careful. If you think you're getting a deal, again, be very careful. Personally, this is 2015, December of 2015. I wouldn't buy anything AMD. AMD has done nothing over the last 5 years, in my opinion, but take their current technology and rebrand it over and over and over again. It'd be the equivalent of you taking the current Ford Mustang, and if Ford changed the tail lights and then came out, oh, we have a brand new Mustang. And all they did was change the tail lights. That's sort of what AMD has been doing over the last 5 years. They've been taking their current technology, changing one little thing, maybe give it a little 100 more megahertz, or maybe a tiny bit more cache, or a little more voltage so it can run a little bit faster or a little bit slower, and coming out with all these different SKUs. There's A4s, A6s, A8s. Then they have the FX series. It's impossible to figure out what to buy on the AMD side. Well, I can tell you, no matter what you buy on the AMD side, it's not going to match what Intel has. And I'm not an Intel fanboy. If AMD was faster, I'd be using it. But right now, AMD is in a bad place. Their stuff is slow. It's 5 years old, and they're still selling it like it's new. And I would stay away from it. And I'd also be very careful about buying a computer that costs $289. Your budget for a desktop PC that's going to perform worth a flip is going to have to be at least double that. Or you're going to get something that's slow and new. And nobody wants a new computer that's slow.